Hi, welcome. In this video, I'm here with Sadie. Sadie's here for service dog training. This is phase 2. Sadie's doing really well. Again, this is all about starting to move her towards task-specific training, which you're going to be doing on this video here with the stand and assist response. So I'm going to be walking around, getting her to begin to take some weight here with me, using my body weight to kind of steady myself. And then moving towards the chair here, getting her to respond certain ways with the chair. Now, if you go watch the videos I'm working with her owner, this will be doing the same type of thing. So a lot of this is just repetition. There's times, again, rewarding her for a better response. And again, starting to bring the picture together. Now, for Sadie, one of her issues, again, holding quite a bit of stress, that type of uncertainty. And you'll see kind of the stress reaction if you go watch the other videos. But as we move forward, because that's the point, it's all about moving forward, okay, through leadership, with influence being a active, component, part of the process. You see her confidence levels start to come up, increase more and more. You really see that with the vehicle exercise, as she started to really, come up and jump into that vehicle. But again, encouraging her even when she's in the vehicle to put her into a down position to help to de-stress her, because it's all about who's in control, taking the form of a demand. Because if I'm in control, she doesn't have to be, but she's going to respond the right way as a follower. So service dog training is all about the dog's focus, okay, generating a high level of focus, fading in, as I call it, so that again, when she's needed to perform a task, she's going to do it in a reliable and consistent way, no matter what area that we're in. So here I'm going to start moving around with her. I'm going to be, again, focusing on getting her to accept, some weight, and just leaning into her and getting her just to stabilize. So I'm going to be, moving my hand different parts of her body, so it doesn't generate, say, another sit. So you see me kind of pushing with, even with Milo, you see me pushing on near the rear quarters, rear area, and they'll remain up into a standing position. Okay, so, but again, if they want to go or respond differently, what I'm doing is I'm just moving the leash a little bit to reshape it. Okay, to move their mind in a certain direction here to stabilize the response. So I'm gonna start moving here with her. You gotta start off from a sit position here, but give her no. She hears the command, so give her the command. Generate the response, and then I'll reward, once she's responded. And I'm going to continue to move with her and apply some weight. Sadie, stand. Good girl, good girl, good girl. So you're just leaning into her. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Because, she's helping this way, her owner, hand maybe in different parts of her body. So right here, see right here, this good girl. This will usually generate a different response. So, I just tap the leash a little bit, help to keep her focused. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Now, also want her in really nice and tight here. So, you'll see me, if needed, I'll kind of move the guide dog in closer to me. Now, here I'm going to start to move. I don't have to give a command for her to move. I use the leash a little bit, but I want her to kind of focus on my body position. So, if I move, I want her to move automatically, okay? See, I'm kind of move her in here. Good girl, stand. Make sure she hears that command every so often. Good girl. Stand. Okay, see how I'm just kind of moving her body in. Clear the chair here so you kind of see me here in a moment. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Stand. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, good girl. Sit. So then get her going to sit. So that was really good. It was excellent. So again, when I'm doing this type of exercise, I'm kind of mixing it up. Okay, different little, scenarios. So regardless of what's happening, she starts to adjust, accommodate. That's what this is about. So I'm going to bring her around here to the other side here. And again, doing this from different starting positions. So it can be from a sit position and then moving upward, or from a totally, prone position. So just again, kind of mixing it up a little bit. I'm not going to let her lay down. I'm going to give the command here again. I'll keep her up. Stand. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Now see, now if the dog wants to really kind of push out a little bit more, and this is the thing too, you don't want them leaning, their head leaning on you. So here I'm just putting a little bit of influence onto her. Good girl, good girl, good girl. More reward when she stabilizes. Good girl, good girl. Good girl. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Sit. You're back and sit. Now for her owner, you saw in the video, her owner's preference is for her to be like right here in the front. So, we're going to work on this as well. You're going to just guide her with the leash here, get her to readjust. Sit. Down. Put her in a down position, because again, be in a restaurant, you're hanging out, the expectation is she could be, in a down position for a period of time. Now, like I said before, when you're doing this, the dog could, really relax, maybe even go to sleep. And so, when you're ready to issue a command, connected through the leash, I can just start to put a little bit of influence through here to kind of bring their awareness, onto me that a command's about to happen. Okay, so just kind of, kind of get them kind of ready to respond. So here to get just a little bit of tension through here, enough to get so that they know, okay, something's about to happen, in terms of a command's about to follow, and get them, ready to respond. So right here again, I'll bring her up into the command right from this position. Sadie, stand. Good girl, popped right up. That's great. Good girl. And then again, me kind of moving here, put pressure on her. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And then pivoting out from here gets me up. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Doing really good. Good girl. Good girl. And then from there, I can decide if I want to keep, pushing on her, steadying myself, transferring over to something else. Good girl. 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 Sit. Again, really, really good. Excellent. Very happy with that. Very good. So she's doing really great. Again, it's something continue to work on even when she goes back home for phase 2, still being in phase 2. But again, it's a lot of repetition, getting her to stabilize what she's doing. She's doing really good. Stress is coming off of her. Her confidence is really increasing all the time, getting more and more confident. Because it's all about, again, her perceptions. Okay, by way again of an interaction-based approach. So I'm interacting with her in a very specific way. It's a language of the method. Okay, I'm doing the same thing all the time. So she understands.